What's up, everyone? Well, today I'm going to go through some of the things that I do in the fall with deciduous trees, and I'm going to use this big pomegranate as an example. So San Francisco is not an ideal climate for pomegranate because they're a heat-loving tree. And so this one in my yard, it does okay, but over the course of the cool summer months in July and August, because we get a lot of fog, it kind of started to have leaves that were yellowing and then ultimately dropped most of its leaves and is now sort of rebudding here in the middle of November, which, you know, in any other climate would make no sense, but in San Francisco is perfectly normal. So I haven't trimmed it, as you can see, in a little while. So the first thing I'm going to go through and do is trim some of the shoots that came out during the spring and summer. And because the tree wasn't super vigorous, I didn't go ahead and trim these earlier. And then I'm going to take off some of the old wire to just sort of clean the tree and make sure that nothing is biting in. All right, with the twigs cut back and all the wire off, the tree is looking a little bit more like a bonsai. And as I look at it, I'm finding additional little scraps of wire, because whenever you cut wire, you make a million tiny little pieces, and then it's impossible to get rid of almost all of them. So the next thing I'm going to do is just clean off the surface of the soil. When I got this tree, it was completely infested with weeds, but that was 2 or 3 years ago. And despite a couple of times cleaning the weeds off and repotting it thoroughly with additional weed cleaning, some of the weeds have managed to hang on and reproduce themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and clear off the surface of the soil in preparation for winter. And there's not a lot of organic debris here, so I'm not going to do like a full soji, which is the Japanese term for scraping off like the top inch of soil or top half inch of soil. I'm just basically going to do a light cleaning and weeding. All right, well, that's all cleaned up for this year, and I am just going to ignore all the little leaves that are on here and assume that the tree will go fully dormant. But even if it doesn't, I'm not going to mess with them, because it could potentially kill some of the branches, or at least weaken them. So I will be treating this with a fungicide over the winter, lime sulfur if the leaves fall off, or like a copper spray, and then most likely something like Subdue in the soil as well for any root pathogens. always be on the lookout for problems with trees, particularly older trees like this, because I'm in California, I don't have to worry about any cold protection. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed that.